Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I would like to continue my series today on the cognitive functions, and a few weeks ago I uploaded my video about extroverted sensing. So today I'd like to speak a little bit more about introverted sensing, or rather SI. I'd rather call it SI quite often. So SI is not a function that I use myself. I'm an extroverted sensing user, though that's inferior for me as an INFJ, but I am still more familiar with that function. However, I will do my best to describe the way that I see and understand introverted sensing as a perceiving function, as a way that we take in new information. So, introverted sensing is also nicknamed memory sometimes because it seems to take in new sensory information and it stores that information over time and develops a sense of what something is going to feel like, a sense of what an experience is going to. It's more of an impression of what is actually happening in the sensory world than it is a sense in the moment, I think, such as extroverted sensing. So since this is an introverted function, it does not work in real time. So it basically collects and stores sensory data as an archive. So everything that people who use extroverted sensing have experienced, they sort of store in their minds, in their memories, and are able to predict what the future experiences are going to be like. And they have a large collection of details and stories about a certain sensory experience. I find that a lot of SI users are very good at storytelling because of this, because they're so good at remembering things in the long term, remembering how something affected them specifically, since it's an introverted perceiving function. So yeah, they're therefore able to create these rich stories with great details of their experience. So the types that use introverted sensing as a function are ISTJs. Dominant function is ISTJs, and ISFJs. Yes, those are the two types. And the ones that use it as an auxiliary function are ESTJs and ESFJs. Those are the types that use it in their top two function stack, in their stack. Sorry. So let's speak a little bit more about how these people experience this function. So I found, because my father is a dominant SI user as an ISTJ, and he seems to value tradition above everything. So because he sort of stores all his sensory information and all his experiences and details, it almost comes out as a sort of wisdom that is based on the past. So based on what has happened before. So if you're an introverted sensing user, you're probably going to value duty, tradition. You're going to greatly appreciate what you have learned from past experiences, from your ancestors, and you're going to probably enjoy history quite a bit, because it sort of teaches us. We can learn from past mistakes. I've always learned that from introverted sensing users. Now, another aspect of introverted sensing is it allows people to be quite, because they have such, these people are like walking encyclopedias sometimes. There is nothing that they forget. They remember the details of everything and exactly how that experience affected them. And so they tend to be quite dutiful. So unlike extroverted sensing users who just like sort of go with the moment, they really sort of think things through before making decisions. But even though it's a perceiving function, it definitely impacts how these people make decisions. So introverted sensing users tend to be quite dutiful. They do what they should do instead of what they want to do, and they value the lessons that are passed down over time, and the lessons that they are able to gather over time. So yeah, that is my impression of introverted sensing. I'm sure there's more about introverted sensing that I could say, but like I said, I'm an extroverted sensing user, though inferior. but yeah, it seems to me like introverted sensing users are very much into comfort seeking. They like things the way that they've always been, and even though they value the information, the sensory experiences that they've had, and they definitely embrace them, they tend to enjoy sort of going for the same experiences over and over again that allow them to be comfortable and that they know are just going to be that they just know are going to be a certain way and that they can enjoy. So introverted sensing users do not like to try new things too often. They tend to like to have things like in a step-by-step manner, since this is a learning style and that's how they learn information. They like to learn things in a very step-by-step and orderly manner. They like to be given instruction. They do not like to be left to their own devices when it comes to matters of work or what they have to do. They would prefer to just have the facts, and these people are quite able to do repetitive work, it seems, that involves a lot of detail and involves a lot of investigation and checking that things are the same, the way that they're supposed to be. So yeah, they're just amazing at remembering their impression or of the details, like every single detail of what they experienced, and then they can compare that to new information and are able to instantly just tell you how close it is to what it used to be. So yeah, that's introverted sensing in my opinion. Please let me know, introverted sensing users, if I've missed something, if I've left anything out, and if I'm wrong about anything, because like I said, not my function. But thanks for listening, and yeah, next week I'll be doing some more videos. I'm not sure in what order, but yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Cheers.